when you're in the Netherlands, you always ride a bike. It's really critical. So today, we're at Holmatro. Welcome to On the Fly. Hello, Harm.
You obviously have Dutch DNA, isn't it?
Yes,
On a bicycle.
I do, Harm. 5 minutes, Ronald and his sidekick have rescued this passenger from a vehicle. This is what Holmatro safety tools are able to do. Hopefully you're never in an accident, but if you are, you hope you get to see that orange, because that orange will save your life. Beautiful thing. Thanks for what you do.
Thank you.
So Harm, thanks for having me back. I'm so excited to be back at Holmatro. So tell us a little bit about the mission and culture at Holmatro.
If you look to the flywheel, the beauty is we spin this flywheel by, and I like these three things, is the innovation part. Because that's I think this is the DNA of Holmatro. This is how we think we can change the world. This is how we feel like we can do things in a way no one else can do. And that's the beauty. And if you combine that with people who are really interested in the customer, and translating this back to our products, then is what you see here is Holmatro. This is what we like to do.
Bert, how are you?
I'm all well, thank you, Larry.
Great. So just tell me some of the things you're working on now to make the world safer.
At the moment, there's a couple of very big things going on in rescue land. And I think one of them is the trend towards battery tools. I mean, it took a long time for the market and firefighters to build trust in these tools. But yeah, now the technology is there and you really see it taking off. And I think the other big trend in the rescue world is the whole connectivity, digitalization ID, whereby you are able to read out the tools and read out how they use and how they perform.
So the battery tools are lighter, easier to operate, and you can take them into areas that you previously couldn't take a rescue tool.
It's a given that the Pantheon tools cut faster than any other tool.
How much faster?
That can be double the time, twice as
so
fast.
That truly saves lives.
Yeah, oh, it does. It's really a game changer in that sense. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It must be incredible to know that something that you've created from scratch as a team is actually saving lives, because it's half the time of a typical rescue tool.
Yeah, no, and that's great, and that's incredible that to see what we do every day, that it really helps saving lives.
Eric, so good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
So how many years at Holmatro?
19 years.
19 years, thank you. Thank you for that. And I know this is probably one of the greatest accomplishments, is that fair?
Yeah, that's right.
Tell us about the Pantheon tool.
Mechatronics is a combination of mechanics and electronics. All the pumps in the market are two-stage pumps. And that means that the minute you start really working with the tools, the flow goes down and the speed of the tools goes down.
So what our brilliant engineers came up with is, from a mechanical point of view, 5 stages. So that you can have at every step of your operation the optimal power. But also between those 5 stages, we are able with the electronics to control it in such a way that at any point in time of your operation you have the maximum power available, so to say.
And does anybody else have that kind of technology that you have? Nobody.
And they cannot copy it because it's patented.
First, just take our audience through the difference between Pantheon and what was before Pantheon.
So here we look at some kind of standard system, we call it a hose system.
Yep.
And for sure you need a pump, you need a hose, and then you can connect the hose to your rescue tool.
Right.
You have to imagine that all this is inside of this back end.
That's amazing.
And that took a lot of effort.
And this looks much more ergonomic. It almost looks like this is a steering wheel, whereas this is a handle. Like this seems like you could almost 360 make a cut with this tool.
Exactly. We want to have complete freedom for the firefighter to do the cut. He or she likes to do it in the most efficient way.
So Renee, you were recently at the Patent Society, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you got a coin, right? Which recognizes your contributions to innovation with the patents you have. How many patents do you have?
I am co-innovator of 10 patents.
10 patents?
Yeah.
Wow, that's phenomenal. So Renee, you decided to be a firefighter, right, just recently. So has that helped you innovate even more or be better at innovation?
Yeah, it does. You know the customer side of the customer's view a bit more, and well, the things that they struggle with, or that we struggle with. Well, that's input for us to innovate more and more directly to the customer.
So we're here at Holmatro with Boss, who's going to show us an amazing tool. Whoa! So a law enforcement officer or military personnel can do that quickly and quietly, so someone doesn't even know they're coming.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable. Wow. Very impressive and making the world safer. Thank you so much for what you do, Boss. Who are you calling a dummy? I never saw the corner. It was my first time driving. What do you say to a dummy? You said to take a right. Thank God for Holmatro Rescue Tools, huh? He was never much of a talker. Robert, so good to see you.
Welcome to Holmatro Industry.
It's good to be here. It's changed so much. Tell me what's happened.
Yeah, we did a lot of things in the last year. We separated the industry business from the rescue business so we can have more focus on our customers, more focus on our products. We started the 1st of January with a new team.
What types of things does industry solve for?
We are in the energy transition, so our tools are used to on the wind farms and on the ocean, so that's where it's used. We derail trains with our re-railing system that's over there. We can re-rail.
So a train would fall off the rails and your system can put it back on the rails?
You can put it back, so just lift it up and put it back on its track. So
now 80-20 typically with segmentation says truly separate the businesses.
Yep.
You haven't truly separated manufacturing and customer service and all that type of stuff, or back office, right? It's still all together?
It's for industry, it's completely separated.
Completely separate.
Yeah, I can show you. It's all in this building. So we have the.
Oh, you're kidding! What a change!
The front office, the services, the assembly, production, everything is here.
I love it. I'm here with Jeroen and Albert on the production line of the Pantheon tool, and this is a spreader. And maybe tell us a little bit about the production line and this wonderful product that you're producing.
To produce one tool, you have to know a lot of things, and a lot of things are really well documented, but you have to train people as well. And in the training, one of the parts is that you have to understand what you're making. That's a really important tool, and it's life-saving, and that we have to bring it to a customer, and the customer has to have confidence when he picks a tool. He has confidence that he can save a life, not that he's in doubt and thinking, well, is it going to work or not?
I promise not to ruin it. Ursula's nervous because if I ruin this tool, that's going to be really bad. Someone is counting on getting this tool. Ready? Yeah. Perfect? All right, cool. On the production line with Ursula and Albert, I didn't ruin the rescue tool, thank goodness. So I thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome.
What's your first name?
Ron.
Say it again.
Ron.
Ron. Yes. I can't trill, but I get it, Ron. How long have you been here?
36 years.
Wow. Thank you so much for what you do. Can you do 38 more years here?
I don't think so.
Holmatro.
We are the official, let's say, partner of the FIA for Formula 1, for Formula 2, Formula 3, for rally, for WEC racing, Le Mans racing.
Oh, wow.
But also for IndyCar in North America. We are exclusive partners, and also for IMSA. So we are really using this also as really being fanatical on the focus on the customer, because that's where we learn what happens in practice, and we learn from that, and that we translate back in our tools.
Interesting.
But F1 is, it's
near and dear to your heart.
Yeah.
Well, I remember with Indy cars, if there's a wreck in an Indy race, you'll see the orange Holmatro truck and the tools being used.
Yes, that's correct. So when something happens, then the safety team goes out. And those teams all over the world, every track in almost 60 countries in the world is all equipped by Holmatro rescue equipment. And so we are proud to see that those rescue teams using our equipment to save the life of the drivers when it's at stake.
Yeah.
How's everyone? Welcome. Very so happy to have you here in the Netherlands.
There was a plane crash, and when that plane crashed, these firefighters had to actually rescue the pilot. They had to cut the pilot out of a plane. And each of these firefighters said there's no way they would have been able to save that life if it wasn't for an electric tool, a light tool, and I don't think you heard everything here, but they had to walk across the field almost a mile. They had to walk to go save this person with a battery-operated Holmatro tool. And they said if it wasn't for Pantheon, they probably would have been able to save his life. So thank every one of you for making that tool. How long have you been with Holmatro? How many? 4 years, thank you. How long have you been with Holmatro, Pen?
19 years.
How many?
19.
19 years. 21 years. How many years? 20 years. 16? 16 years. 16 years. 7 years. 4 years. 3 years. 36 years? Thank you. You don't work for me, I work for you. And why can't they communicate? What's there? What's physically between the people in the office and the people on the floor? A wall. Do you hear that? There's a wall. And this gentleman here said, there's not the communication that there needs to be, right? You need communication. And if there's a wall, it's harder to communicate. And what a fun line of session is changing or pivoting, all right? Changing the way we think about a company. Because forever we thought about a company as people make products and people make decisions. And oftentimes, the people that make the decisions, right, they're at the top of the business and they're not spending the time they need to with the people on the floor. And that's what we're trying to change. Thank you very much. Thank you for what you do. Thank you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you do. Thank you. Thank you for what you do. Those look good. That's a small one. You want a bigger one? All right. Thank you for what you do. All right. Thank you for what you do. What an amazing day we had here at Holmatro. We saw a fanatical focus on the customer, a frontline obsession, and an incredible culture of innovation. All three of these areas supercharged by 80/20. Catch you next time. With you. On the fly. All right, cool. Yes, my mother loves me. Okay. Robert, so good to see you. How are you?
I'm fine. Sorry.
This is awesome.
Good meeting.
Right, one more. Take three.
One more. Take three. There we go again.
Robert, and tell us a little bit about the patent you're proud of.
Wow, it's a product that's not yet on the market.
Can we talk about it?
Nope.
I love that. That's good. Let's see the platform. The reason they gave me a jumpsuit and boss gets to wear a polo is look at those guns, man.